What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Fatties Over 40. It's your boy Blanco alongside my man Jonesy.
What up?
How's it going, man?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing well, actually. It's the first good week I've had in it feels like a while.
Did you get some sleep this week finally?
Yes, I did.
Good.
Yes, I did.
Good. You look a little healthier.
Oh, well, last night I didn't sleep as well. But
that doesn't count. We're not going to talk about that. Happy hour gets us all. Happy hour gets us all. It happens.
The goddamn well specials.
It
happens. Get you every time.
Every time. Whew. We got elephants again.
Sorry, guys. The elephants, the herd.
Elephants.
They were running.
Yes. So, how you doing?
Dude, things are good.
Good.
Very good.
Good.
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. This week's been a little stressful, a little hectic, a little busy.
Okay.
But it's been warm weather here in Kansas City.
Oh.
So it's been beautiful. Today, amazing outside.
Yeah.
Yesterday, amazing outside.
Tomorrow, also
amazing outside. I'm going to have to go outside.
It's the weirdest February we have ever had.
We haven't had a February like this
ever
in a long time.
In my lifetime, I don't remember having a day. Every day has been nice. Yeah. We had one where it was like cold.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's insane, man.
Our good old buddy, Saxophone Phil. I don't know how to say his name. It doesn't matter.
He was right, though.
Groundhog's Day. That son of a bitch. He usually screws us. However, this time, he did not.
He nailed that.
Thanks, Groundhog buddy. Thanks,
Bill Murray. Good friends.
All right.
Hang out.
Well, so we'll get to drink of the day real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Which I didn't bring the can in. But this is what she looks like. I know you can't really see it real well, and I'm not going to zoom in. I found what I wanted to find for episode 40. I found the Beast Iced Tea. And we tried the regular one. We also tried the lemon flavored one, and it was a little, it was not as good. It was not as good, but I don't like a whole lot of lemon in my iced tea, and I know you're not a big fan of iced tea, so I appreciate you trying this with me.
Yeah.
But the regular, actually not bad. It tastes, in my opinion, you can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but it tastes very, very much like regular iced tea with a hint of like vodka or something behind it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And a very subtle hint at that.
No aftertaste, which is very surprising.
Very smooth. Honestly, it tastes just like one of those pre-packaged, like Lipton in a bottle kind of things.
Yeah.
It's just like iced tea. Really, I didn't even get any alcohol in it. It just was kind of like an iced tea.
No, it was pretty smooth. I was very surprised about that. So
I didn't hate it.
No, I don't think it was as good as like the white can that we tried and the regular Beast one. But the iced teas, for it being an iced tea, it was very reminiscent of their refreshers. I think is what they're called. What do they used to be called? I can't remember. I don't get them anymore because they got rid of Orangeade.
I can't remember what it was. It was like Rehab.
That's it. Yes, it was Rehab. Yes, good job.
Those were tasty.
Those were money. And
those are really good.
I quit drinking them when they got rid of the orange one.
Because
the orange one was my favorite one.
It was the best one.
And they got rid of it. But I will say I will give this, the regular one, I'd give it a 3.5.
Oh,
I'd give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm with you right
Maybe
there.
A little bit higher.
I'm a solid 3.5.
Yeah.
I'd probably go up to 3.8 maybe.
Yeah, I would say 3.75, 3.5.
For me, I'm going to keep it at 3.5 though, just because I'm not a tea guy.
No, I know. That's why I was like, I kind of felt bad about it, but I was like, I found it finally. We always try drinks. We had talked about trying it for episode 40, and I couldn't find it. So, let's give it a shot.
Dude, I'll try any drink once just to see.
We've always said that.
It may be great, even though I think it's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
That wasn't terrible. Lemonade, though. Lemonade tea mix, not...
Yeah, no, the lemon lime one, no, that was atrocious.
Steer clear of that one, guys.
Atrocious. It was really bad. It was really, really bad.
You should have seen. I wish I would have recorded my.
I should have recorded that. Yeah, because it was bad.
I did.
It was.
I recoiled. It was not.
I will say this looks like a glass of iced tea. It looks like light iced tea, but it looks like a glass of iced tea, which is crazy. I mean, it's not bad. The lemonade one looked like lemonade and tea. I mean.
Yeah, it definitely had a tint to it.
But it was not a John Daly, because the John Daly one's actually pretty good. I don't know if you've ever had that. It's the what is it, an Arnold Palmer, but it has alcohol in it. The half tea, half lemonade, but it's called the John Daly because it has alcohol in it.
That makes sense.
It's actually not bad.
He likes to drink. John Daly is a character.
I love that guy. I don't know why.
He's weird.
But I love that guy. He might be weird, but I love that guy. I don't have any problems with him. So, well, we got our drinks out of the way.
We did. We got our drinks out of the way.
We're not recording on our normal night just because everything was busy this week.
Yeah.
We have had technical difficulties. Not on the audio part this time. On the video, because as you can see, hey! We have a camera switcher.
Yeah.
Which we tried to have in episode 40, and it didn't work out for us. Because we didn't have a cable. And guess what? Today, we don't have a cable to make the third camera work, because we are special like that.
That's what we do. We can only get 2 out of 3, man. That's what we are. And according to Meatloaf, that ain't bad.
That ain't bad.
So
that ain't
we're
bad.
hitting 2 out of 3.
That ain't bad.
I ain't gonna feel bad about it. I think we're doing all right.
I mean, I did notice now, and you can probably see it, where one of our cameras, which we hung our cameras on the wall too, which I'm pretty stoked about this, actually, because our studio is no longer clustered. It's actually cleaning itself up a little bit.
Yeah.
We just got to get a few more cables to run them around the doors, and
it'll be golden.
It'll be solid because I mounted. Which, that one looks like it's about to fall off. Hopefully it doesn't.
Oh, please, God, no.
Well, that one's fine. That's the cheap camera. That's fine. That's my camera. Whatever. No, the power cables. Or the...
HDMIs.
No. The things on the wall, the power strips. Sorry. Whatever. Surge protectors.
That'll be fine.
That one looks like it's going to fall off, but I don't think it is because I think the base is a different color and it just looks off to me.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's flush. You're good.
Don't
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right, well, do you want to lead us off on some interesting topics today?
I gotta tell you, we picked up the barbecue tour again that we've been doing throughout the city.
Yeah.
And so we tried Buck Tooie barbecue last weekend.
Where's that at?
It is in Overland Park. It's off 75th in Metcalf.
Okay.
So it is different. As you can tell by the name, it's B-U-C-K, Buck, T-U-I.
So is it like Asian barbecue?
It's a fusion.
Oh, it's a fusion. Okay.
So it is a mix of Thai food and barbecue. And so I split it up because, there's 2 components. There's the smoked meats, which is the barbecue.
Yeah.
And it was fine. Like, the smoked meat was fine. It had good flavor to it. Mm-hmm. It was moist. It was tender. So I would just say it's good, the barbecue aspect of it. But then you mix it in with other things. So I had a brisket pad thai. So it's pad thai.
Okay.
And then it had brisket in it, and then I had strips of brisket on it. And it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic.
Okay. I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
The thing that we both loved, because Jean Grey is not a fan of Thai food, Chinese
that explains
food.
why we've never gone there again.
Yeah, she's not a fan.
That. Okay.
But they have an appetizer that is a brisket rangoon. So instead of a crab rangoon, it's got smoked brisket in it. It may be one of the most delicious things I've ever had in my life. It is absolutely fantastic. You have to have them. You have to try them.
Okay.
We honestly both said we just want a tray of these. We just want to pop these.
Did they have like Korean barbecue sauce, or what was their sauce?
They had different kinds of sauce. So they had like a pretty similar to a Kansas City style. It was just a little runnier than ours is. Like a Joe's or a Gates are kind of thicker. Same flavor profile though. But then they had other of the traditional Thai sauces like the Tiger Cry. Stuff like that. It was fantastic. They had every kind of different sauce that you could want. They had, sweet and sour, all that good stuff. There was a lot of good stuff there. But the number one thing you got to get those brisket rangoon, man.
Okay.
Got to.
So, speaking of barbecue, because I hadn't brought this up in a while because we haven't talked about the barbecue train that we all kind of rumble on. Roscoe's out off K32 and like 90... It's just on the other side of 435. I don't know the street that it's across from, but Roscoe's reopened.
Did it?
In Edwardsville. Do you know about Roscoe's in Edwardsville?
I don't think I've ever been there.
Okay. Their sauce is odd. Their regular sauce is odd.
Okay.
It almost has like a grape jelly type of taste. It's sweet. It's not like slap sweet though, Because Slaps is a little bit different.
Their sweet is very sweet.
Money.
Yeah, it's good.
Theirs at Roscoe's is a little different. I won't say it's bad, but it's not my cup of tea.
Is it runny too? Because I like the thicker sauces.
So
I want it to cling to the meat.
Their hot sauce, on the other hand, is very, very, very good, and it's almost like Casey Masterpiece style, but with like a little spice to it.
Oh, I like that.
And
sounds good.
that one knocked it out of the park for me. Their meat's good. I had a combo sandwich with ham and brisket, because that's usually what I get, or ham and beef.
You can't beat ham and beef sandwiches.
And their beef was good and tender. It was shaved very, very thin, so you couldn't get a tough bite out of that. And their ham was moist. Mm. And those are kind of my two things for barbecue that I like in a sandwich like that. Mm-hmm. So I liked it. I enjoyed it. I was taken back at first by the sauce. Mm. But I was like that with Slaps as well.
Yeah, that threw me off the first time I had it. I was like,
but I enjoyed that sauce. I didn't enjoy Roscoe's sauce. Yeah. But I think every place in Kansas City has their own flavor of sauce, which I really like. Like Wyandotte. Yeah. Like we had Wyandotte for the Super Bowl. Their sauce, I think Gates and probably Casey Joe's is the only one that I like a little bit better.
I'll go with that.
But,
I love Gates sauce.
But Wyandotte is like third or fourth best for me.
Yeah, Wyandotte's got something weird in it, though. It's got an allspice or a cinnamon. There's something in there, and I don't
know what it is.
Because,
like, if you look at the outside,
and
if you look at the outside of the package, it's all basically your normal ingredients. There's not really a whole lot of like preservatives or anything in it,
right?
Because they bottle their own sauce there. They have it made elsewhere, but they bring it in, so there's not really a whole lot of preservatives in it. I love their sauce.
Oh, I'm a fan.
Their vinegary sauce. It's not like Carolina or Memphis.
No.
It's Kansas City style with a touch of vinegar, like a little splash.
It's good. I'm a fan for sure.
So
for sure.
But if you go out to Roscoe's, it's a little expensive. It's a little overpriced in my opinion for what you get, but it's not horrible.
Okay.
And barbecue, I feel like right now prices have gone up.
Well, yeah, the cost of all food has gone up.
Well, but I mean, like theirs is like normally if you go to barbecue places, their food is, I wouldn't call it cheaper, but it's a little bit more economical.
Fair.
Because you're making a whole lot of sandwiches out of like...
It's in bulk.
Yeah. It's bulk. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, it's bulk.
Yeah.
But I'm not opposed to it. I'll definitely go back there. I enjoyed their food. Their restaurant's really small, though. So you either have to get there or you're not going to find a seat because like they have some booths. But, like, their main center table is, like, cafeteria style. It's like you sit next to your homeboy and the family sitting next to you is, like, elbow to elbow. So, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. It was good.
I don't mind the community table. I like it, actually.
I don't either.
At first, I was thrown off by it, but then it took me a little bit to get used to it.
It reminds me of, like, hibachi. Like, when you go to hibachi, you have a community table typically. Like,
unless you brought 8 people.
Yeah, unless you brought...
10, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is, because, like, Gojo's. May it rest in peace
right now.
May it rest in peace.
I was flying so high, and we had to go there.
No. We're gonna remember the good times.
I love that place.
I know.
I absolutely.
But that was like one of the things about Gojo's was like, what fucking weirdo am I gonna have to sit next to today? Because you always sat next to somebody. You're like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
I'm always calling people up. Like, you sure you don't want to go to Gojo's? We don't have enough people. You sure you want to go? Like, I need more people to go. I don't want weirdos at my table. Come on, help me out.
But the weirdos always turned out to be the best people to eat with.
Yeah, a lot of times they were cool.
Yeah. So,
they were cool.
I mean, I like it.
But sometimes you get that weird, rando, awkward person. Speaking of which, random and awkward. So, we went to breakfast this morning, Jean Grey and I. And I'm not going to give the name of the restaurant because I like it. It's a local place and they're always really good. Food was great, like always. Mm-hmm. That was not the issue at all. But we get sat at the table. So we're sitting there, and the waitress comes over to the table and says absolutely nothing.
Wait, so...
Absolutely nothing. Not, hi, my name is, what, like, welcome, nothing. She said no words.
She didn't Slim Shady it?
She didn't do shit.
My name is...
She didn't say a goddamn thing. And we both just looked at her, and she just stared. And so Jean Grey's like, coffee and water, please. And I'm like, yeah, coffee and water for me. And she just writes it down and walks away. And I'm like,
I'm gonna need to know. Off the air. I'm gonna need to know where this place was.
Okay, I'll tell you.
I'm gonna need to know this
because it was weird.
So we went to lunch because Tough Tony is a very, very picky eater. Always has been. Always will be. It is what it is. So we go to a pizza place. I won't once again name that because I like going to this pizza place. I will not bash this pizza place. However, we're sitting there waiting on our food, and the guy that served us today is, I kind of want to call him a stoner, but he's a really nice dude. He takes care of us every time we go in there. He never remembers us, which I don't have a problem with that. I don't expect people to remember us. Like, he's super nice. He's on top of everything, but like he's just like, he's a surfer / stoner dude.
All right, fair.
No worries. So there's an older couple sitting at the table, I guess across from us, I would say. And this waitress was like being rude as shit to these people because the guy asked how their meatballs came out. It's like, hey, I just, I'm curious how your meatballs come out. And she's like, well, they don't come dry. They come in a sauce, but it's not a meat sauce because that's what comes on our spaghetti. And like, she was like talking down to him. I wanted to look over and go, hey, this is how you don't get a tip. And he's an older gentleman who may not know your menu as well as other people do when you come in here. Stop being a twat. Like, I don't know if I can say that on here or not, and I don't really care if I can, but don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
Don't talk down to this man because he's trying to ask what your menu is so that he knows.
Kind of your job to answer questions about the menu.
Like I look over and I looked at the wife and I'm like, what the fuck is her problem? Like, why are you treating this man like he's like a child when I look at you and I'm like, for one, you dress like shit coming to work. Like, I know you're at a pizza joint, but at least, dress appropriately. And you dress like you just got out of the fucking dumpster in the back.
Maybe she did.
Maybe she did, because that's what her attitude was.
Maybe she was like Oscar the Grouch. I don't know.
She might have been Oscar the Grouch. That's true.
Dude, I don't know. But I'll tell you. I wasn't done. You interrupted me, you rude piece of shit.
My bad. I had to get that off my chest.
You're like the waitress. Jesus.
No, because I'm not talking down to you. Dick. Finish your story. I thought you were done.
No, because it continued.
Oh.
So after she got the drinks, she came back and sat them down and stared again. No words, just stared. So Jean Grey ordered, and then I ordered. She wrote it down, and she walked away.
Was she mute?
No.
Did you see her talking somewhere?
Later on,
okay.
She comes back, and we had a biscuit, but they don't have jelly on the table. You have to ask for it, and they will bring it to you.
Okay.
And so at that point, we found out she could speak because Jean Grey said, I need some jelly. And then she named 3 kinds of jelly. And we're like, holy fuck, she does speak. That was literally the first word she said to us. Drinks had been served. Food had been served. Then we finally hear that she could talk.
Did you clap for her? I would have still clapped her.
That was the last time we saw her.
Oh.
I don't know if there was something, maybe she was having a bad day, because then we saw her with a bag, like a purse.
Yeah.
And she was gone.
So who took over for?
They had other waitresses. We got served by 2 other different people.
Oh, so it was like a collective
the table.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was better at that point because.
Well, yeah, because somebody was talking to you. Like, I don't know that I could deal with it. Like, I'd probably have been like, "Are you going to talk to me? Are you having if you're having a bad day, go home."
Honestly,
please go home.
The best part about this is I like the Jean Grey, and I go, I kind of prefer her not to talk to me. There's none of this small talk about, how's your day going? What are you doing later?
What are you doing
today?
You
don't care, and I don't care to tell you.
No, that's true.
But it was still awkward. Like, no conversation whatsoever. It's just really
That is weird. Awkward. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, that's hella weird. Like, hella weird.
So I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah. Because I feel like I need to go there and see if I can find this waitress and see if she'll talk to me.
I got super scared. Because the first thing that came to my mind when she was staring at me was, is this someone that I have wronged in my past and I don't remember?
I could totally see that. Like, I could totally see that. Yeah, you're like...
And she's just...
I know you?
And I'm like...
Was she, like, older or younger?
She was about my age.
Oh.
With plus or minus 5 years.
Yeah. I got you.
So, I don't know. I don't know if it's somebody I pissed off at some point, but it was weird.
Karma was out looking for you? Is that what you're saying?
I guess so. It was weird.
That is weird.
So if I die, It's because my food was poisoned. That's what I'm getting at.
Little sprinkle of this, a little sprinkle of that.
Everybody loves antifreeze with their eggs, right?
Were they sweet? I've heard antifreeze is sweet. I don't know. I've never actually legitimately tasted it because I know what it'll do to
you don't
animals.
Want to die?
Yeah, because I know what it'll do to animals, so I don't want to have that problem.
Good call. Good call.
So,
oh man,
that's interesting. We both had weird. I feel like this happens way too often. When one of us has a weird experience eating somewhere, the other one has it too. Fucking weird.
Just it was opposites.
Yeah,
yours was just a raging bitch, and mine was just
nothing. Flat
nothing. Yeah, no expression either. Not like a scowl, not a smile, just a deadpan stare.
I like it.
Weird.
That's weird.
Shit.
That is weird as shit.
So weird, man.
That is
so
weird.
Ah. All right. Now we can get into the fun stuff.
Let's get into the fun stuff because
I'm sorry.
No.
I should have brought this. I wanted to get these before
No.
I came.
So I haven't seen these out anywhere, so I don't know if they're actually out in the store anywhere.
Okay.
So because we went to Target earlier.
Oh, they would have had them there.
They absolutely would have had them, and they didn't have them in their Easter section.
Damn.
So
they gotta have them somewhere.
Why don't you tell them what this is?
So this year, Reese's came out with a new product, which we have both discussed. Our favorite,
yes,
of the Reese's peanut butter cups is the Easter eggs.
The original eggs are the greatest thing ever made.
Damn good, man. They taste good.
I don't care what anybody says.
The ratio's perfect.
Yeah,
the ratio to peanut butter and chocolate is just top notch. It doesn't get better than that.
It's ridiculous.
So good. So what they did to up their game, Reese's has released.
I've been wanting this.
Miniature eggs.
I've been wanting this forever. I'm not going to lie. I have always wanted to just go snag a bag of eggs. And they can be the mini ones, because the mini ones are just as good. But I hate having to unwrap them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to unwrap them anymore.
No.
I don't have to do this anymore.
See, the problem
This might be one of the greatest things ever.
Maybe.
Ever.
Or you're going to eat a whole bag and just feel like you're going to die. Because I feel like I'm going to just start popping them. Like they're...
pills?
Yeah. That's just going to go down way too good. And I'm like, well, alrighty then. So tasty.
I like it, though.
Man.
I like it.
So, if I find them, I'll snag some. Definitely snag some.
I feel like one of these days, and I know we've talked about this before, we might just need to have an episode where we randomly try candy.
Okay.
It might be the Easter episode.
Okay. I mean, Easter candy's the best candy anyway.
It won't be. It absolutely. It obviously won't do it on Easter because that's not how we roll.
I'll be busy.
Exactly. But I legitimately think we should do this.
I like it. I'm all for it. And like I said, I love all Easter candies.
I do too. Except for Peeps.
What do you sit on Cadbury eggs?
Nope.
Not a fan?
Nope. It's weird. It's weird.
Reese's also now has not Cadbury eggs.
I've seen those.
But it's got the normal peanut butter inside that same shape.
The chocolate on the outside is different though.
Is it?
It's the harder chocolate. Yes, I've tried those.
Oh, are they good?
They're not bad.
Just not as good.
Yeah, they're not as good because the peanut butter on the inside is fluffed. So it's not compacted.
So they kind of whip it, kind of?
Yeah, it's like whipped peanut butter. So it's really good. Don't get me wrong, it's really good. But the outside is like that harder, thicker chocolate because obviously they want it to be like an actual egg, not like the candied eggs, or if you want to call them that. Do you eat Peeps?
I hate Peeps. I hate marshmallow of all kind. Absolutely hate them.
Okay.
Marshmallow is my least favorite.
Peeps are one of the most worthless candy I've ever seen in my entire life, outside of Circus Peanuts and candy corn.
Both trash.
Yeah,
all three are the same category of just do not eat.
I mean, it's almost as bad as at Halloween when they have those weird black or red or orange rolled up candies that I have no idea what those are.
And it's why? Why?
I think one's supposed to be peanut butter, one is cherry chew or mash chew or some shit like that. Yeah, no.
No, thank you.
No.
Not good.
Okay, well, we will have to give a candy review for Easter.
I'm excited.
I am super excited for that.
I need to borrow some insulin from a diabetic so that I don't kill myself over here.
I know a guy. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Wow,
I'm just going to have to find these now. Because, I need them to roll out now. Because, the unwrapped version of Reese's Mini Eggs is going to be the bee's knees.
Oh,
and it's going to be amazing.
and I know we're going to put down a whole bag. It's going
Bro,
to happen.
there's going to be 2 bags because you're going to have a bag and I'm going to have a bag because I'm
not
not going to share with you.
Ever.
No offense,
Sitting
but
here like this.
the mics are going to have to be pushed like way back, and I'm like, bro, you're going to have to edit this shit out.
They're going to hate that. They're going to be like, why did you eat while you were recording?
We're doing this for you, folks. We are doing this for you.
You're getting diabetes for you. Diabetes.
You know what we have to do when we do this? Which we need our dollar bill down here. We're going to have to get a picture of Wilford.
Oh, yeah.
And put him right here. He's going to have to be with us that day.
Well, yeah, for that one for sure.
Wilford's going to have to be with us that day.
100%.
I love that guy.
100%. Man. Good times.
It is good times.
I always get happy when I think about him. I don't know
Bro,
why. Because I have no idea.
What was he? What else? Was he in the? He was in the movie Cocoon.
That's the only movie.
That's the only movie I know him in. Outside of, I don't even remember what TV show he was in, but I know he was in a TV show, and he was the colonial diabetic guy. And talk about my diabetes. And anytime you talk about diabetes, you have to talk about Wilford Brimley. Because that guy's amazing. Are you IMDb'ing him right now?
I'm like, I want to know what he was in.
I'm not mad at you for that. I kind of want to know what he was in, actually. What's his discography?
Not coming up either.
How is he not coming up?
I don't know. Probably because I don't know how to spell his name correctly.
It's W-I-L-F-E-R Wilfred.
There
W-I-L.
Got
okay.
it.
I was about to say, come on now. He's got to be credited with like 1,000 commercials. No way he was in Yellowstone. No way.
This feels wrong.
It might be, it not be though.
It says known for. Oh, he was in The Firm.
He was in The Natural too. Now that I think, yeah, he was.
Okay, and Cocoon. So we got some stuff.
All
to
right,
say. That makes sense.
He's legit.
All right,
he's a Kansas City guy too, if I'm not mistaken.
Is he?
Thought he was. Maybe that's just
He
Ed
was
Asner.
born in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh.
And he died in St. George, Utah.
Maybe he wasn't from Kansas City then.
Maybe he grew up here or something, but he wasn't born here.
Maybe I'm just getting him and Ed Asner confused because Ed Asner did.
Ed
come
Asner
from
was from
KCK.
Kansas City. Yeah.
Because he went to Wind Up.
Yep.
He was a bulldog. He's a bulldog.
Oh, man.
So, let's transition now to a story that would have me hot under the collar.
I wondered how you would feel about this.
Oh, I seen this the other day, and I think it was on on Yahoo. I was drinking a Yoo-Hoo. Whatever.
You drink the Yoo-Hoos?
Yeah.
A little rum in the Yoo-Hoo?
That actually might not be bad.
Like Rumpelstiltskin?
Like Rumpelstiltskin? Rumpelstiltskin! Don't say his name too many times or I'll take your firstborn.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
We'll call Beetlejuice instead.
Oh, man. So, yeah, this is a story out of, and it doesn't say.
It's out of...
Oh, he's in D.C.
Or D.C., yeah, it was
resident.
D.C.
So...
John Cheeks. I didn't even know that was his name.
That is
I didn't even know that was his name.
Come together.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's so good. So, Mr. Cheeks bought a Powerball ticket. And this is a guy that he's one of those, play the same numbers all the time. You know, like birthdays and
I was saying, the numbers are legit. They weren't random numbers. They were family birthdays, significant event days, or something like that.
So he knows them. Like, it's not like, oh, I just got a quick pick. No, these are the numbers he plays every time he plays the game. And so when he bought the ticket, this was back January 6th of last year, he bought the ticket, didn't check it that night, didn't watch the drawing, because I don't know who does that. Not me.
We used to, because it would come on right before the news.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
It would be like you'd be watching a show and all of a sudden on Wednesday and Saturday night you'd be like, oh, Powerball's on. And like no matter what channel you were on, it would automatically flip to Powerball.
You're just glued to the
Yeah, you're like,
did I win?
I don't play Powerball.
And you're like, no, I didn't.
My parents did. My dad did. It was like one of his, like, you know, my parents didn't gamble, but they played Powerball.
I feel like that's still gambling.
It is gambling. It's 100% gambling. It's just not like casino gambling. It's not.
It's just worse odds.
Absolutely.
It's just the worst odds you could possibly
you
have.
can get struck by lightning before you'll win the damn lottery.
That is correct.
Go ahead.
100% correct. So didn't watch it live. A day or so later, he checks the website. His numbers are on the website. He's like, oh shit, I won the lottery. He doesn't tell anybody what he does. takes a picture of his ticket. I think he goes and puts it in a safety deposit box to make sure it's legit. And then he goes to turn it in at the office, like you do. Like, hey, get my money, I'm rich. And they're like, nah. He's like, what do you mean, nah? They're like, yeah, that's trash. They tell him to throw the ticket away.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
The guy at the convenience store was
good.
like, yeah, this isn't good, man. Just
toss it.
Yeah, just
right
toss
there.
it.
Toss it. And he's like, the hell? This is worth 300 and something million. I'm not throwing this away. And so he ends up disputing this, obviously. And what had happened was...
See what happened was...
The lottery ends up saying they were using a third-party vendor. They were testing software. They uploaded numbers that were supposed to be in a test environment, but actually were in the live environment, so that's why he saw these and thought he won the lottery.
Well, and not only that, but the test numbers stayed up
For
the
multiple
day
days.
after. Yeah, the day or two after it. But it was like the real numbers, fake numbers. They were side by side on the website, and nobody realized it for like 2 days.
And it's like, what are we doing here? So they were up for multiple days.
Yeah.
And so he thinks, I won the lottery. I won 300 something million. And they're like, yeah, no.
This is the problem with technology, because I feel like this would have never happened had they done the balls like they normally do.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't run tests that way. You just pick the balls right there and then you publish it.
Yeah.
This is like that time where technology got in the way. Horribly bad. And I feel bad for this dude because, in my opinion, he saw the numbers. They were right. They were his numbers. And it's not like he just like randomly had a ticket that they just pulled out of their ass.
Right. That'd be different. Because you'd be like, well, I would never know what was a quick pick. How the hell would I know that? Just random.
Yeah.
Completely random.
But he's like looking at it. He's like, oh shit, those are my numbers.
So he's suing. Mm-hmm. So that has not been settled yet. He is in the middle of suing the lottery of that
$340 million.
I mean, that's what he should have
I'm not mad at
won.
him for it.
My question to you is, do you think he is owed that money?
I don't think he necessarily is owed $340 million because it was a glitch. And as you know, if you go to the casino and you're at a slot machine and you win a large sum of money, and they walk over and they go, oh, this is a glitch, you don't win anything, you can't dispute it. You can't sue them, you cannot do anything because the casinos run the proprietary stuff that's there.
And they've got it posted. There are signs
100%.
on the wall that say, we will not pay for machine malfunctions.
I think where he could actually have a claim to at least some of the money is the fact that they were using a third-party vendor, and the third-party vendor fucked up because they published the numbers.
Yeah, I think the lottery itself probably doesn't owe him anything, but I think that vendor that posted the wrong numbers, I mean, that's some emotional turmoil that you're going through.
That's emotional damage. Yes. 100% that is emotional damage. Because that dude's like, I just won $340 million. I could quit my job. I could settle up my debts. My family's never going to have to work another day in their life. And he might have gone and quit his job. I don't think he did, because I think he was a little bit smarter than that until he figured out that everything was good. But I realize that, like in the article, it says this was a human reporting error or something like that. Well, when human errors happen, somebody has to be held accountable.
Somebody's responsible for it.
No matter what it is. If you just made this man basically have a heart attack for 3 days, he's owed something. I don't know what he's owed necessarily, and if I was on for a jury, like a civil jury for this, I don't know that I could award him $340 million, but I could award him...
I'm giving him a few million.
I would say I could give him hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not $1 million plus.
Oh yeah, I could see him getting anywhere in the ballpark of 5 to 10 million.
I could see that.
And just like, yeah, you didn't win the jackpot.
You write it off.
You thought you did. Yeah. Because I mean, what if you would have went into work? What if this is one of those people that absolutely hate their job and he just starts telling everybody what he thinks
he
about
pulls a half baked. Boop. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you. I'm out. And then he hits somebody in the face with a cheeseburger. And then he has to go to jail for battery. Because people are pussies like that these days.
So yeah, I agree. I think he's due something.
He is due something, man. No, not $340 million. But I don't blame him for suing for that.
Oh, not at all.
Because you have to aim high to get low. Which that doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean.
Because
they're going to settle with it.
Well, yeah, well, the part on this that really leads me to believe he's owed some money, this has happened before. It happened in Iowa, so there is a precedent.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
I didn't read that part. Because they were responsible for posting the wrong numbers.
Oh, yeah, then absolutely he deserved it. Did it say how much the other people got?
No, I didn't see. I mean, I know it's in there, but I don't remember exactly what it was.
I was just curious.
So,
well, good for him. Hopefully
it works out.
I kind of hope it does for him.
I feel like he's owed something. You just can't do that to people. Ain't right. That ain't right.
No, it's not right. So, this next story reminds me of something that happens in Kansas every year.
This is what I need more of in my life. But what in Kansas? Do you want to read the story first or this first?
No, go ahead and read the story first.
This is fantastic. This is a story out of Florida.
Florida Man!
And it is called At the Florida Man Games. Big crowds cheer competitors, evading police, and wrestling over beer.
Yes, sir.
So basically, in St. Augustine, they literally have a competition.
It's Olympic sports.
Yeah, but they call Florida Man Games. And one of the contests is literally running from real sheriff's deputies, through an obstacle course to get away from them.
I want to know how much the cops are getting paid for this.
I don't know,
amazing.
but
this is fucking amazing. This is some of the craziest shit I've ever heard of in my entire life, and this is awesome.
It is so good.
It's like, I know back in the day when like Jeff Foxworthy was really big, when they had like the redneck games. This like brings it to a whole nother level.
Oh,
whole nother level.
Yes.
Because I'm not gonna lie, running from the cops in a controlled environment like that in an obstacle course, like a blow-up one, would be fun as shit.
Oh my god, yes. And you've got that. You've got people dueling in muddy water in an inflatable pool.
Dude, they have reptile wrangling. Reptile wrangling!
Of course they do.
Does that mean they're fighting alligators? Because I'm not going to lie, I know this is dangerous and it sounds completely stupid. I want to wrestle an alligator.
And this is probably my favorite. There's a theft simulation relay in which competitors raced while toting a pair of bicycles, copper pipes, and catalytic converters.
Yes! Yeah! Bro, they should totally, like, next game would be who can cut off the catalytic converter quicker. That is awesome.
This is so good.
This is so bad. It's so bad. It's amazing. It's so bad. It's amazing.
Absolutely pay money to watch this. 100% pay money to watch this.
Do you want to go to Florida next year?
Yeah, I do actually. I want to go check this out. And it's $45 a ticket, and I feel like that's $45 well spent.
Bro, I would spend $100 to watch this.
Easy.
I would easily spend.
Easy. Oh my God. It
does say. Oh no, it says I have an absolute disregard for self-preservation. I will do anything, said Donnelly, 42, who owns a St. Augustine pressure washing business, serves as a captain of 5-man team Hanky Spanky. When I was in the military, I did a little alligator wrestling. This shit's right up his alley.
It's perfect. There's an event where they wrestle sumo style.
Holding pitchers.
Yes, holding pitchers of beer.
Running from sheriff's deputies while jumping fences and avoiding obstacles. Others faced a scramble to grab cash flying in simulated hurricane winds. Those are fun. The hurricane machines, those are fun. I've done one of those. Spectators pay real money to watch the games at Francis Field in downtown St. Augustine. Bro, I think we need to go to this.
They got a crowd that says they were expecting 5,000 people, and I think if you're one of those lucky 5,000 people, you are getting your money's worth.
This is absolutely crazy. This absolutely is crazy, and I want to do it. Like, I don't want to participate in it. I want to watch it. Because Florida Man shit is some of the greatest calamity that it's so epic.
They're the best news stories you get. It always, anytime it starts with a Florida man, you're like, whoa, let me get my popcorn.
Hold on.
Because we're in for a show.
Hold the phone. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yes.
So good.
Oh, they're trying to get Florida women games, too.
Oh, I'd be on that.
I don't even want to know what that's gonna. I don't even know what that's gonna have. Like some mud wrestling, some oil wrestling, or some crazy shit like that. It's got to.
Oh, it's so good.
It's got to.
So good.
No, so there's a thing in Kansas that's called Man Day.
Oh, I've ever heard of it. I've heard of Man Day.
Where they go and they shoot guns and drink and do all this crazy shit.
No. Yes. Alcohol is strictly banned at this event.
No.
The one that I'm referring to, there is no
The big one that's out in the middle of Kansas, there's alcohol.
The one with the big caliber guns, it is not.
Let's look this up real quick because last one that I saw, it does allow it.
That was a big... Because somebody told me about it and they're like, do you want to go? And I was like... I don't want to be around people that are drinking and shooting guns. And they were like, no, there's no drinking at this. And I was like, I would have went.
I hate to tell you that, but I think there is.
Well, that'd be the one that'd be why I didn't go. Because I was like, I am not being around all these people.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, and there may not be. But last time I saw this, there was alcohol involved there. Because, it's a day of just blowing shit up with tannerite, shooting guns, and drinking.
Big guns too.
Oh yeah. Like they have full-on machine guns and shit there.
Oh yeah, all kinds of good stuff, and they're blowing up everything.
Yeah. Either way, I would still go to it. Maybe not. Maybe you're right. Maybe not the whole drinking part of it.
Yeah,
but,
if there's alcohol, I am not being around these crazy fucks. But if everybody's sober, I'm in. I'm in.
I'm not gonna lie. I would love to blow up a refrigerator with a bunch of tannerite inside of it. That'd be cool.
That'd be a blast.
As long as I'm far enough away. They have archery and shit there too. It's just it's a car show. They have all kinds of shit there. Yeah,
fun stuff.
It's cool. It's crazy,
but it's fun.
Yeah.
We should look into that.
We can
do a show there. It'd be fantastic.
That'd be amazing.
Well, I don't know if we could actually do it there because I think it's gonna be a little loud.
No, we could do it there. We could do it there. We absolutely can do it there.
We'll make it work.
We'll make that work. We have a truck. We have a van. We have access to a van. We can do the show in a van. All I need is a generator.
Down in a van.
Down by the river.
Eating a steady diet of government cheese. It'd be so good.
Where's Wyatt? Down by the river. Walking on water.
Oh my God, yes.
One of my favorite lines from Tombstone. It's terrible.
Oh.
Well.
Here
we got through our news stories. I don't want to do that last one.
You don't want to do that one?
No, I don't.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I'm not going to lie and tell you that it's not good because it is. Because that's crazy.
Terrible.
You know what? Fuck it, do it.
All right,
just
I'm going to read it.
Throw it out there.
This is from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. An Oklahoma judge agreed to step down Friday after she was caught sending hundreds of texts from the bench while overseeing a murder trial in the killing of a 2-year-old boy, including messages that mocked prosecutors and were sprinkled with emojis.
Which we didn't touch on it. We might actually have touched on this back in it was last year sometime when this was a big story that. They tried to get a mistrial out of it, if I'm not mistaken, because she was so much on her phone that she was not paying attention to the trial that was going on.
Oh, she clearly was not paying attention. There's an overhead camera showing her just legit scrolling on her phone. I don't know if her eyes looked up at all.
Well, and if you in the picture that they have on the because this is an AP story, there's nothing written on her little legal pad there.
Nothing. She's legit on her phone.
I realize that judges have a really, really hard time. Their job is very, very tough. Not going to say it's not. And, if I was... this is why I could never be a judge, because I would probably be doodling a lot. I would be paying attention, but, I'd be drawing pictures, and that would get me in trouble. But on a murder trial of something of this nature, I think that's really bad. You have to pay attention.
I mean, just sending shit like this. Okay, so texted a laughing emoji to the bailiff, who had made a crass and demeaning reference to the prosecuting attorney's genitals. I'm like, what are we doing right now? That is not what you're there for. You have a job, and it's to be the judge and oversee. I don't understand why we thought this was a good idea at all.
I don't know, man.
Your head is so far up your ass.
I don't know. That's why I was like, you know what? I don't really want to talk about that, but it serves its purpose. It is what it is. It's dumb. It's people being dumb, and it doesn't matter if you're a judge. It doesn't matter what who you are in the world, you have to be held accountable. It's like what we were talking about earlier. You have to be held accountable for shit when you fuck it up.
The quote from her is my favorite part of the story. I promise to uphold the Constitution in a fair, even-handed, and efficient manner.
How do you do that when you're playing on your fucking phone during trial?
Sutterstorm said in a resignation letter given to local media, I believe that I have done so. However, being human, I have also faltered.
Oh, get out of here with that shit.
There is no way that what you said in that first sentence could be true with your actions. There's absolutely no way.
Not at all.
Jesus Christ. So, sorry. I didn't,
no, you're good. I should have told you that before we did it, but I'm comfortable with it. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It is what it is. It is wild. It's stupid.
So crazy.
All right, we got a couple of sports things to touch on.
Oh.
This was earlier. I told you about this. Sources say, and this is on ESPN, former Kansas City Chief offensive coordinator and former Washington Commanders offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy is finalizing a 2-year deal to join UCLA staff as the Bruins associate head coach / offensive coordinator. Because he was let go when the Commanders hired Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
Which sucks. I'm glad to see him going back to college because I think he can be very instrumental in the college kids. Although his brashness and want-to-win style, I don't think translates to college anymore because kids are a bunch of whiny babies now.
Yeah.
And he's been away from college football for, what, 7 years now? 8 years?
It's been a long while.
And it's not the same game anymore.
No. I don't think it's a good move. I think it's a terrible move, and it's for what you just said. Life in college football after the transfer portal
it's done.
Completely different.
Yeah.
So if he says anything to hurt their feelings, they will leave.
I'm gone, coach. Why? EB said I was a bitch.
Right. He called me out.
Were you a bitch? Well, yeah, but I'm leaving now. Oh. Okay.
I don't understand why he thinks this is a good idea.
I don't either. I'm not going to lie. I had a little hope that he would come back to Kansas City.
I kind of thought he would.
I was actually kind of hoping that because I did like him here, and I do think that his ability to hold players accountable is really, really good. And I think that was one of the things that we saw this year at the beginning of the year until the Raiders game, that the Kansas City offense was not being held accountable for shit until Antonio Pierce flopped it on him and was like,
No. I do not agree with this at all.
I don't care if you don't agree with me at all.
It's not even close to what happened.
Really?
Giving up 2 defensive scores in 7 seconds of game time.
I mean,
those were mental mistakes that the Chiefs committed.
Their offense was horrendous, though.
So you can't say that the other team put it on you when they didn't complete a pass for 3 quarters. From the second, third, and fourth quarters, they completed 0. That's not putting it on somebody.
Their defense did, though. Their defense held Kansas City.
The Kansas City just imploded. They self-imploded.
Well, that's part of it. But Max Crosby got off, 4 sacks on him?
Here's the thing. All this talk, the reason I think this bothers me so much is the talk this past week about him saying, we have the recipe.
Oh, dude. Don't. That's not what I'm referencing, because Antonio Pierce is, for lack of better words, not a smart coach by saying there's going to be Jordan rules for Mahomes. Because, yes, in the 80s, the Pistons beat Michael Jordan up.
Oh, beat the hell out of him.
But guess what he did? He won 6 championships. Would have won 7 had he not retired from baseball to clear his head.
Yeah.
Because his dad got murdered. You don't take him out in the 93-94 season because he came back in the middle of the 94-95 season. He's 7 in a row.
Yeah.
He's totally Boston Celticsing it from the 80s and 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Where Oscar Robertson and all those guys won 8 or 9 in a row or whatever it was. Something stupid like that. Don't do that. Don't piss Mahomes off because everybody knows what happens when you piss Mahomes off. Don't give that dude fuel. Don't do it.
It makes no sense.
Don't give that dude fuel because every time somebody doubts him, me included, what's he do? He goes and wins games.
And he takes the littlest thing as a slight. It may not even be a slight that he's going to turn it into. So what you just did this past week
You put a target on your own back.
You poked the bear in the eye. What?
Why?
Why?
Why are you poking the bear in the eye? Don't do that.
I mean, I'm happy because he's going to come torched earth on them this year, and he's going to hang a 40 burger on them both times they play, and then I'm just going to laugh. I'm just going to laugh at him and be like, well, how was that a good idea, dumb baby?
I like Antonio Pearson. I think he's going to be a good coach. However, any coach that comes in to the AFC West, until Andy Reid steps down, and somebody can prove me wrong, you're not going to win the AFC West.
No.
It's just not going to happen. Especially with the way Spags has changed this defense around. The offense is going to be fine. We proved it with the last 6 games of the season.
They won a Super Bowl with the worst wide receiving core the team has had. It was terrible.
One of them was a healthy scratch that didn't even make the trip.
Just
tattoos and tears boy.
Awful.
Sky Moore, who was supposed to be the second coming to like BB and Amendola and those guys in the slot.
Nothing.
That dude, I don't know what happened with that dude.
Good.
That dude's done. So you have Rasheed Rice and
McCole Hardman, who you had cut before the prior
They didn't
season.
cut him.
I guess he was a free agent.
Yeah,
they
he was
didn't
a free agent. They just didn't
They
re-sign
didn't make any effort to
He
re-sign
wanted
him.
more money than what we were willing to give him. And James Toney, who has done nothing except for return punts. And
Richie
almost
James.
fucked at it. Richie James. Sorry. My bad. It was Richie James.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're right. I don't know why I called him James Toney.
You were mixing him and
Kadarius.
Kadarius Toney, yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
So, yeah. And Travis Kelce. So he's literally had 2 targets because they quit throwing the ball to the running backs pretty much, except for once or twice, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that because it works. So yeah, that don't poke the bear, man.
And you know,
Don't poke the bear. Look what happened with fucking dipshit out in Denver. Sean Payton. You poke the bear, and he showed you his nuts.
what's going to happen is the Chiefs are going to revamp the wide receiver room this offseason.
Yeah.
It's going to be completely different next year. And they're going to come back to that elite offense that's slinging it all over the place. And then you're going to look like an idiot.
Well, and I think they're gonna draft another big wide receiver like Rasheed Rice because that works for that offense. Because in all reality, we've shown that we don't need big play wide receivers all the time. MVS, I don't know that he will be back because he's got, what, 13 or 14 million owed to him or something like that.
He's got a big cap hit.
Yeah, he's got a big cap hit. He's probably gone. Unless they can restructure him and get him down to about 5 or 6, which I don't think will happen.
No.
Unless he's willing to take the pay cut to get more rings.
I don't think that's going to
I don't think he will either, but they're going to have to go out and find another big wide receiver who's fast as shit, who can just run fade routes to open up the middle again, because that's all MVS was doing. He was running fades.
There's a lot going to be some quality free agent wide receivers, so keep an eye on that.
And which I don't know if you saw this, the salary cap is going to be at like $255.
Yeah.
That's increasing like $35 million.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Guess what that is?
That means Jones is coming back most likely, and
we get a wide receiver that we need, like a quality. Mike Evans is not off the table. Does Mike Evans want another ring? It's possible.
He might,
or they go a different route. I think Gabe Davis would be a great.
Davis would be a great pickup,
and you can get him for pretty cheap because this year wasn't.
You can
great
get
for
him. You can get him under 10.
Oh, 100%.
I saw somebody, and I can't remember where I saw that. I think it was on Facebook somewhere. But somebody was like, "We should go get OBJ." He only dropped one.
No.
He only dropped one pass last year, and I'm like, we need a possession wide receiver, but we don't need a possession wide receiver like him.
No, he's old. He's done. Yeah. I don't want OBJ.
No, I don't.
We can go get Calvin Ridley. I'd be okay with that.
Ooh, that'd be another Juju Smith-Schuster style wide receiver, and
you sign him to a prove-it 1-year deal.
Absolutely,
and he could do a lot with Pat. That would be dangerous.
Look at what he didn't have in Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence because he never had time to throw the ball to him. He did good out there.
Yeah, he looked good.
He did look good. He looked really good.
The problem wasn't him.
No. The problem was that whole offense and mainly the offensive line of not giving Trevor Lawrence time to throw the ball.
They were bad.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you've seen this. This kind of cracks me up because former NFL star Richard Sherman arrested on suspicion of DUI. This is the same man that, if I'm not mistaken, was talking shit about Pat's dad when Pat's dad got arrested for a DUI.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't even hear that story.
And I was like, oh, that's irony.
He talks shit on everything, and he's never apologetic even when he's wrong. He was talking
asshole.
shit earlier in the year when the Chiefs were on that.
Yeah, they were on their slide.
We'll call it.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you're not going to be laughing when they lose in January. And it's like, really? And everybody put him on blast because we all kept the receipts.
Absolutely.
And he's like, I don't know you an apology. They sucked then. Like, bro, they're the Super Bowl champions.
You said they were going to lose in January.
You said they were going to
lose
in January.
They didn't lose in January, and they didn't lose in February. So
they fucking rolled.
Yeah.
So kiss my ass. He's terrible.
He is one of those people that he's just like the other dude that never not Bart Scott. Who's the other one? Because Bart Scott hates the Chiefs, and he always talks shit about them.
He's just a hater. He's stupid shit.
But there's another guy that's on Nick Wright's show periodically, and I can't remember what his name is. His name's Ryan something. Who talks trash on the Chiefs all the time too, and I'm like, dude, stop talking shit about them. Stop with the whole pulling Mahomes out of tier 1 quarterbacks. Stop saying that Josh Allen is better than him. Stop saying that Lamar Jackson is better than him. Stop saying that Joe Burrow is better than him. Because I'm sorry, but they might statistically be a little bit better. But overall, as the team quarterback, they're not better. They're not better at all.
I mean, I don't understand when we're going to get to the point where it's universally accepted that Mahomes is not only the best in the league right now, but
potentially the best ever
of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want. He won Super Bowls with a
nothing.
25th ranked defense.
With nothing?
Absolutely nothing. And then he won with a good defense and nothing as far as weapons and the wide receivers go. So he's done it taking the top off and throwing bombs, and then he's thinking he can do it anyway. That's what makes him so great. Doesn't matter how he has to win, he'll do it. Yeah. And he can do it.
Yeah.
Just like, come on, man. Stop these stupid takes.
And I really hate the comparison of quarterbacks throughout the game, because it's the same debate of the Jordan, LeBron, James debate. You can't compare them and say somebody is the GOAT. They're the GOAT of their generation. Tom Brady was the GOAT of that generation from 2000 to 2000, I don't know, 22? 23 maybe? I'd say 22.
22.
Because that's when he won his last Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He was the GOAT of that generation. He played 20 plus years. He was 45 years old when he won the Super Bowl. Now, that's Pat Mahomes. Back in the 80s, that was Joe Montana. There are generational talents that are the greatest of that time because that's how the league is formatted. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw was the best in the 70s because that's how the NFL was programmed, basically.
I don't count any of that, though. Anything before free agency, I'm like, those dynasties, I'll clarify. Any dynasty that you didn't have to contend with re-signing players.
No, I'll give you that.
That's easier.
That's true. I mean, that's true, and a lot of people I don't think realize that, because I didn't for a long time either, that there was no free agency in the 70s and mid-80s.
Right.
Like, free agency didn't happen until, like, 94 during the strike.
So you stacked a roster.
Yeah.
And that was your team. Them. And that's why you rolled for 7 years straight.
That's why Dallas did it. That's why, like, all these other... That's why the 49ers did it.
The Packers of yesteryears did it.
Absolutely.
The Steelers did it. Like, all of those teams did it because they didn't have to contend with re-signing the players.
You signed a player, and then you're like... Hey, here's your next contract.
But Tom
did. Here's your next contract.
And that's why I give Tom credit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I hate Tom Brady.
I
hate Tom Brady because he played for the Patriots and he did his thing. Do I respect him as a player?
Hell
1,000%.
Dude is amazing.
He's a great ball player.
Yeah.
He's a competitor to the end. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little sad that he retired before Kansas City had a chance to beat him in a game that mattered.
I mean... Had we not lost 4 or 5 starting offensive linemen,
that game might have been a different story.
We would have won that game. We rolled them earlier in the year.
That's true.
Absolutely destroyed them.
That's true. And had D Ford not lined up off sides, we actually win a Super Bowl Pat's first year.
And Tom has one less ring because we win that one because we had beat the Rams in that one too.
Exactly. Yeah. 100%.
kind of breaks my heart a little bit. It's all right.
But
we got 3 and 5
you know
years.
what?
I'm not gonna
You know what? I was going to say, you know what? I would rather be debating Tom Brady and Mahomes as the best quarterbacks versus, Jesus Christ, is Elvis Grbac going to fucking play this week? Because I really don't want to watch this shit show. Is Steve Bono going to get hurt again like he did? Can you please just start Rich Gannon? Oh no, Rich Gannon went to the Raiders and he took him to the Super Bowl.
Is DeBerg going to have that thing in his finger and play? Is that what we're going to do? Like, what's
Pinkies
happening
up, baby.
here?
Pinkies up. Hey.
Damon Heward.
Tyler Thigpen.
Oh my God.
Tyler Thigpen.
Oh my God.
We were there for his very first start.
Such a
against
shitty roster.
I think that was against the Cowboys, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or it was the Titans. It was a blue team, if I'm not mistaken.
It was just a big
it was horrible
blur of crappy football.
Absolutely horrible.
God, that sucks so bad. So enjoy it, Chiefs fans. It is a great time.
I'm enjoying
to be a Chiefs
it.
fan.
And
finally. It felt like forever.
I mean, I still remember the day that Green Bay won the Super Bowl, and I sat there and I was like, damn, this is what it feels like.
It's pretty awesome.
It was awesome. It was amazing. Back in 2011, well, 95 with Brett Favre, but that was different because I was a kid. But like in 2000, I think it was 11, when Aaron Rodgers won his one and only that he'll ever win, because, well, Rodgers is now Rodgers. No, it was a great feeling. And like, I remember, I think we were at Gagno's for that Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. And I just like, it felt great. And then I was like, you know what? You get to feel that again now. In 2019. It was amazing. It was a great feeling.
Yeah. I remember being very jealous and telling you.
Oh, I know. And that's why I never
get this feeling.
But that's why I never once rubbed it into anybody. Just like, this is that feeling. This is how it feels to have your team win the Super Bowl. That's pretty fucking awesome.
It's amazing.
But I won't rub it in because I remember what it was like not having that feeling.
Oh Jesus, it sucks.
Yeah, I mean, you get there and then you don't. You get there but you don't win. You get there but you don't win. You get there but you don't win. And then your quarterback gets hurt, and then your whole season's fucked. And then they trade away the guy that was your favorite player in the NFL for many, many, many years. And you're like, God damn it! And then you're a new guy. Okay, you can win. But we're going to get you there. But you're going to get to the playoffs, but you're never going to win. You're going to get to the playoffs, but you're never going to win.
I know that.
So at least I had a second team that's like, hey, who's this guy coming out of Texas Tech that I say sucks?
That we both were like, I don't know about this dude.
He kept his receipts for that, though. I apologized.
Oh, yeah, we both did.
It is.
I immediately was like, hey,
I
was wrong on this.
I was wrong. It took me 3 seasons after he started. It was pretty much after the Super Bowl, and I was like, okay.
Oh no, I was
wrong.
Immediate. It was like
you were. I was not. You were. I was not. I was like,
oh my God,
he's gonna hit the wall. He's gonna hit the wall. Okay, 3 years later, he's never hit the fucking wall, and then he plays through a dislocated kneecap, and he didn't play through the dislocated kneecap, but he plays through an injured ankle that he won a Super Bowl on half a leg.
Yeah, that was.
He won a Super Bowl last year on half a fucking leg.
Insane. High ankle sprain. Yeah, whatever. Most people can't play. I'll just win the Super Bowl.
Well, and then what? Every game in the playoffs, they were aiming for his ankle, and they rolled his ankle like 6 or 7 times, and you could hear the man wincing in pain and crying. Not crying, but yeah, you know what I'm saying, like
audibly in pain.
Yes,
everyone knew what was going on.
And what did he do? Went out there and won a game.
Fucking insane.
His team rallied around him, and he went out and won a fucking game.
Dude, that was insane. God,
and there's only been a handful of quarterbacks that have ever won back-to-back Super Bowls. I think it's like 5 to 7 or something like that.
There's
Bart Starr, Troy Aikman, Bradshaw, Tom Brady, and I think it's Pat Mahomes. I think those are the only 5.
Didn't Elway do it? Didn't they go back-to-back?
Oh yeah, Elway did go back-to-back. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So,
Hall of Fame quarterbacks. That's all I can say.
Oh, Montana did it.
We didn't say Montana. I forgot Montana. So there is 7. Okay, there were 7 of them. That's right.
That's still elite company.
That's hugely elite company.
That doesn't suck.
No.
And I think they got a good shot, man.
Dude, if they can get the wide receiving room even 50% better, I'm not even saying 100% better. I'm saying 50% better. And they either let Jones walk. Hang on, hear me out. They either let Jones walk and get somebody else that can cover that spot. Because I think if Aminahu is back, full back.
I don't think he's under contract.
Yeah, I think he signed a 2 or a 3.
I thought he was under a 1-year deal. I'm not positive.
I don't know. I'm not going to look it up yet because we're talking, but I don't remember. Fury's George is coming into his own. I would really love to keep L'Jarius Sneed, but Veach has shown that he can make a secondary fly. Is he 1 year or what?
He's a 2-year. He had a
so
$2
he will be back
million
here.
contract.
Okay.
He won't be there for the beginning of the regular season.
Well, no,
obviously
because
it'll be a few weeks, but
well,
he'll be back.
look at this year. He missed the first 6 games because and he came out like a fucking like he never missed a beat. So even if he's out for the first month or two, he's going to come in and he's not going to miss a beat.
No, he'll be fine.
Because that dude's solid. I would love to have Chris Jones back. I talk a lot of shit on him, but it's like an Aaron Donald or any of those other guys, Fletcher Cox or any of those guys that are elite interior linemen. He is one of those guys that you can actually put to the outside, though, because he's fast enough to beat a tackle.
Yeah.
He plays too many positions.
I'll say this. I don't know that they get the 3-peat if they don't have him. Reason being,
I would agree with that.
We shit on him a lot because it seems like he's not making a full impact.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he is. If you go back and watch tape, I mean, he's constantly eating up double teams, beating double teams.
Yeah.
So everybody else around him thrives because all the attention is on him.
100%.
Without him, there'll be a big hole in the middle of the defense.
I don't disagree with that.
We could do without Sneed, which sounds terrible. Dude.
But
Veach just picks fucking cornerbacks off trees.
No, I was going to say, he proved it once with Charvarius Ward when he let Ward walk to 49ers, and everybody's like, why are we not re-signing Ward? And he's like, guys, I got this. And everybody's like, are you sure you got this? He's like, guys,
he got it.
I got this. I promise. We'll be okay. And then he has the second or best secondary, depending on how you want to look at it, because they don't have a whole lot of interceptions. But they have the most batted passes. They have two corners that only gave up 1 touchdown the entire year, and it wasn't until the playoffs
McDuffie
that either one of them.
Such a stud.
You have L'Jarius Sneed, who should have been All-Pro / Pro Bowl.
Oh, easy.
You have McDuffie, who got in on both of them.
And they both were deserving.
And McDuffie said, I don't know how I made it. Sneed is better than me. Hello?
That's him being humble.
I don't care.
I think they're both amazing.
But that's the camaraderie between them two, because I agree with you. I think they were both equally as good. But our entire secondary never got burnt.
No. And a part of that is you don't have to cover all day because
true.
Chris Jones is reading. They have to work in tandem. You've got to get that pass rush. Because you can have the best lockdown corners, but they can't cover for 7 seconds.
No.
Nobody can.
No.
That's insane.
Well, and that's part of the problems that defenses have against Kansas City's offense.
Right.
Because
he's out. He's got the ball in his hand for 8 seconds, and
he's
like, Jesus Christ.
He's either going to run it and make you look like a fool, or he's going to hit Travis sitting in a pocket somewhere going, hey, you guys!
And Reece is starting to pick up on that, too. He's starting to find holes in zones, and that's going to be dangerous.
I said it at the beginning of the year. Give that dude 1 more year, and he's going to be a number 1.
Oh, he's going to be fantastic next year.
He's a 1.5 right now. He's a 2.
He's borderline.
He's borderline 1 to 2.
He could be a number 1, but he'd be like bottom half of the league number 1s.
I don't want him to be a number 1 yet. I want him to stay as a number 2.
And I really want Mike Evans.
I would love to have Mike Evans.
I think it's too expensive. I don't think he's going to take a discount. But
I actually would be more comfortable with Calvin Ridley, though.
Dude, if we got Calvin Ridley, I'd be fine with that. Pittman Jr. is going to be available. He's also going to be a free agent this year. That wouldn't suck.
No.
Dude, there's...
Hollywood Brown is going to cost too much, but I think he is possibly a free agent from Arizona, if I'm not mistaken, isn't he?
I think he is, and he is a very viable target. Because he is not going to be... They were saying his numbers were going to be pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Well, comparatively
speaking. Yeah.
Too bad. I was kind of hoping for T. Higgins, I'm not going to lie.
When they franchise tagged him, I was like,
it's over.
You guys are going to pay $20+ million for him, and you're going to screw yourself next year because you're not going to be able to tag him and
Chase. Chase is due for a bag, and he's going to demand a bag.
And
100%.
Even if they work something out with him, which I don't think they're going to be able to, as much as arrogant, as fucking shitty as a human being I feel like that dude is.
Piece of shit.
I just want him out of the AFC. Go to Dallas.
I don't know. I kind of
go
like
somewhere
the
else.
Playoffs. It makes me happy.
Well, as long as we have the same, as long as we have the
lockdown
corners, we're fine. Because that game where we gave up 280 yards to him, that was a rough day. That was a really rough day.
It's in the past.
I know.
That's in the past.
I know. But that was part of the season where we won a Super Bowl too, so it didn't really matter.
Exactly.
So, but still.
I love Bengals fans are the worst. Have you noticed that? They talk so much shit for a team that has done nothing.
We live rent-free in their heads. That's the thing. Kansas City lives rent-free in those fuckers' heads. And it's hilarious. Because we shouldn't. They have a really, really good team. They have a really, really good quarterback. He's not quite elite yet because he can't stay healthy. Mm-hmm. And part of that is the offensive line. And how's that signing of Orlando Brown working out for you? We said it. Y'all didn't believe us. How's that make you feel? That's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh,
That's
makes me
it.
so happy.
That's all I'm going to say.
So happy. That's kind of why I wanted to get to Higgins. Just to be like, here's who you actually pay. These are good players. Orlando Brown is trash. I shouldn't say that he's not trash. He just is.
He's an average. He's an average to
tackle.
slightly above average left tackle who doesn't get a whole lot of penalties called on him, but he gets burnt by fast defenders.
Yeah. He's too top heavy.
Yeah.
He can run
he
block
can't move
really well.
He's a great run blocker.
He just can't pass protect to save his life.
Because he doesn't have footwork.
All you got to do is have a speed rush, and you're by him every time.
That's why Frank Clark ate his lunch
just
a few times when they played.
Frank Clark was old, but
the shark
playoff
is a shark, baby.
is different. He is.
I wish they would have brought him back.
I kind of thought they were going to.
I wish they would have, and I think it would have probably meant a lot to Chris Jones if they would have. But I also don't think he really fit their scheme at that point in time because they had George on one side.
And he progressed so much.
Yeah.
And FAU, who we hadn't seen all year really, he came up big when he got to play in the Super Bowl.
I believe FAU is the future after Amenahu. I would like to see FAU get in halftime next year.
Yeah, work him in.
Get about half the snaps with Amenahu. Let them run that out. And third year, he's going to be great.
Oh my God, yes.
Him and George meeting at the quarterback.
Dude, it's going to be like old DT,
Will
Smith days.
Oh yeah,
God, I cannot wait.
Absolutely. We just need a hole filler in the middle, a little Joe Phillips or a little Dan Saliamua.
Make it happen.
And we're good.
Oh man,
we're good. Old school Marty Schottenheimer defense, baby.
So good.
It'd be good.
The future is bright.
Future is bright. Future is bright.
All right, brother. Would you have anything else?
I don't today. I think I'm good. I was a little annoyed today. I will say that, but it was nothing that any of us had control over because, once again, we missed a cable.
We'll have it better next week.
No, we will. And hopefully my transitions weren't terrible today. For those of you out there watching, we're playing around with this. I mean, we have new equipment here. As you can see, there's another thing on the table, and I can't get it hooked up to my computer, so that's another struggle.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We're trying to make the shows better for you guys all the time. We're trying to get better at this, and I enjoy this. It's
I do
fun.
too. It's always
I can't wait for your guest to come on.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be a really good. I'm not gonna put that out there yet.
Information out there, no.
But we actually are probably going to have one of our more serious episodes because I feel like that guest is going to be serious.
We'll probably cut out some of the dick and fart jokes, but it'll still be fun.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting.
I'm just proud of you that you found a guest to come on. When you said that, I was like, what?
And a real one too.
Yeah, and like a legit one. Yeah, not like. I mean, not saying that any guest that we've had on is not legit.
No,
but they're fun friends.
Yeah, it's been a fun topic. This one's probably not going to be as fun, but it'll be interesting.
But it will be fun.
Yeah, I'll have fun with it.
I'll have fun with it because this is our therapy.
It is. You got to have an outlet, and this is it. So,
all right. Well, thank you guys for checking us out. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I should have said this before. I don't say it enough. Hit the subscribe button. If you're listening on Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, all that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. Help us out.
Smash it.
Share this with your enemies. Tell them that you hate us. I don't really care. Share us, like us. We love you guys. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye, Felicia.